On Monday, July 3rd, there is a full moon in Capricorn, and something is coming to fruition, for better or worse. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Sunday, July 2nd, and technically the full moon is early in the morning, July 3rd. It depends on your time zone, of course. It's around 4:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is where I'm at. And that full moon is going to be in Capricorn. So first of all, full moons reveal. We have something coming to fruition at the full moon. So in the moon cycle, we begin with the new moon where we plant our seeds, and then we cultivate them. We put energy and effort and love and care into them. And then at the full moon, we see what we've been creating because something is being revealed to us. So with this full moon, the moon will be in Capricorn, and that Capricorn energy additionally brings themes of what are we creating in terms of structure. And so recognizing some of the places where we have limitations, where we have to work with the existing limitations of the physical world. And so there's a feeling, a vibe to this full moon that is about sort of the chickens coming home to roost. If you know that phrase, it's like karma ripening. Something is being revealed for better or worse. And so the image that's coming into my mind is fruition, right? So this is the time of year when we think about fruition in the northern hemisphere, at least. We're starting to see some of the fruits of our efforts in terms of gardening, planting, seeing the fruit ripen on the trees, the bushes. So we're starting to have that experience of the abundance of the earth, and what we see is the quality of the care we've been giving to that garden is reflected in what it gives back to us. So I have blueberries and raspberries and cherries all ripening in my yard right now, and it becomes very clear what conditions they've been grown under, how, not only what is the quality of the fruit, but whether it fruits at all, whether the plant is happy or not. If it hasn't had water, it dries up. The berries are small and hard and inedible. If it's had too much sun, it burns out. So we're like those plants. We need the care and nurturing and balance of all the things that nourish us. And so when we plant our seeds at the beginning of a moon cycle, then we have that 2-week period between the new moon and the full moon where we're giving ourselves those things that we need, the nourishment we need to grow, to blossom, to fruit in the best ways possible, and to develop in the directions that we really want to see results coming into our lives. So what we get with the full moon is we see something being revealed, and what is being revealed is the fruits of our labor. So the quality of what we've put into it is going to reflect the quality of what we get out, and we're going to find out around this full moon, for better or worse, what that means, what that looks like, how it's going to show up in our lives. And that can be hard, right? When we realize, maybe the results I'm getting are not what I was hoping for, and maybe I wasn't putting the right kind of care and nourishment into the process that I should have been. So it's not about blaming yourself. It's not about feeling like you're a failure or you can never achieve the things you want. It's more about recognizing, oh, okay, I should have given it more water. Oh, okay. We didn't have quite enough sunshine. How could I have taken care of my plant to help it to get better? And so when we think about this as a learning curve, as our own way of discovering, oh, that's what I get when I act that way. That's what I get when I put that kind of energy into the things that I want to cultivate. Are you putting neglect into it? Are you putting a lot of stress and worry into it? Or are you putting love and care and quality time and self-care into it? And what kind of results are you getting? So what the full moon brings us in the moon cycle is the ability to look at what is being revealed to us. What are we seeing in the world around us? So what is unfolding in your life, and how is it a reflection of the energy you've been putting into it, the kinds of the ways that you've been cultivating or investing in it, or not, right? How does the neglect show up? How does the denial show up? How does the self-deprecation show up? How do those qualities show up? So it's an opportunity to reflect back on the previous 2 weeks. It's a bigger picture process as well, but certainly looking back over the last 2 weeks, what kinds of thoughts, feelings, beliefs, actions have you been putting into aligning with the things you want, with the things that are important to you, and what is that bringing you? So what is showing up in your life around this full moon? So that's your fruit. What is your fruit looking like? And it's time to get real. So at least for yourself, again, not to judge yourself, not to be hard on yourself, but to realize that, I could do better at this. There's an opportunity here. Here's how I could improve the quality of what I'm putting into it, and noticing sort of what that is, and what you can do differently. So seeing it really as an information for you, to inform you, to give you that information about what you get when you do things a certain way, and what you might get differently if you do things a different way. So all full moons have that quality of revealing something and kind of giving us that opportunity to see what we're putting in. Also, the quality of the seeds that we planted, right? If we were not consciously choosing to intend and call in the things that we want, then we are unconsciously choosing the things that we're focusing on, whatever that may be. So it always behooves us to choose consciously, and that's why I talk so much about intention and working with the moon cycle. So all full moons have that quality of revealing. It's like when you get to theater night and the curtain opens, you can't hide. This is it. This is what you've created. There's no more fixing it. You just have to embrace what it is. And so something is being revealed at the full moon. And additionally, because this full moon is in Capricorn, Capricorn is like that hard teacher a strict teacher, right? Who reminds us that we are capable of doing better. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of doing more, and I am not going to let you settle for anything less than your very, very best. So that teacher that says, go back and do it again, you can do this better. That's what the universe is saying to us when the full moon is in Capricorn. It's saying, okay, here's what you have to learn. Here's how you could, go do this again and get better at it. And so finding that place of inner strength, building that sense of strength, of resolve, of resilience, of self-trust, of realizing that where you are coming from, how you are making those choices is something that is a place where you have power. And so making those choices from a place of self-care, self-love, kindness, forgiveness, patience, belief in yourself, belief in possibility, having an open mind, all those positive things. So Capricorn is about our limitations. It is about systems, structures, rules. And the reason we need those rules is so we can get creative. It allows us to build things that we can feel good about, that we can be proud of. And so when you make something within a system by having to follow certain rules, it has a quality that feels more accomplished. Like you can write a 10-page essay that doesn't have any grammar or punctuation, and yeah, maybe you got your thoughts out on paper, but it's not something you feel proud of that you want to share with people, that's going to have a legacy that can make an impact and make a difference in ways that go beyond your original personal thoughts. So Capricorn reminds us, hey, when you follow these rules, when you put the punctuation in, when you do the grammar, when you carefully choose your words, when you attend to all those things, you do get something at the end of it that is not just your love and your creativity, but it's also something that you can feel proud of, that others can understand and appreciate, and that can really make that impact, because you are fitting your choices and your creative efforts into something that can work within a system that others agree on. And not all systems are perfect, and sometimes they're annoying, and sometimes they're problematic politically or whatever. But systems nevertheless are ways that we operate and ways that we share with others. We work within the same systems. So Capricorn reminds us of what the systems are, of how we need to meet the challenges that are created by the system, step into our highest potential in terms of what we can create, not only because it's fun or we're just playing, but also because it creates something that is a legacy that makes sense and that you can be proud of, that works within the system. Okay, so this full moon is, on these different levels. It is energetically creating for us this opportunity to see what we've created, to notice where we can improve, how we can get stronger, how we can do it even better next time. You might feel, it's there to point out where you can get stronger, how you can do this better. It's not there to say you're bad or you're wrong or you'll never achieve that. It's there to say you're doing great. Let's keep making this even better. And so if you were halfway through creating a sculpture, right? You're carving a beautiful sculpture out of, I don't know, wood or something, and you're halfway through it. Are you going to go, oh, I really suck at this, and you're going to throw it out because it doesn't look the way you think it should look? No. you're only halfway through it. You have to keep going. So think of your life or whatever is showing up for you now around this Capricorn full moon as, you know, you're partway through it. It's not going to become the ultimate thing that you want it to be unless you keep going with it. You've created the foundation. This is a perfect time to notice, to pay attention to what you've created already, how you've built that foundation, how you've created something that you can grow from and on and within, and then plan your next steps from there to keep going on this path, because there's more yet to be discovered and amazed by. So if your fruit on your tree is looking you know, plump and juicy and sweet and beautiful, then that's what you've been creating. And if it is looking anything other than that, it's just saying, hey, you know, what is it that you did or didn't do or could think about differently from the past 2 weeks that might help this be more plump and juicy and sweet. So so there's no failure. You didn't do anything wrong. That's so completely not on the table. You did not do anything wrong. This is really about how you are learning to be your best self. And this is a moment, this is an opportunity to look at what is going to facilitate that. What can you do? What can you choose? How can you think about things? How can you step up in ways that are going to support the continued unfolding of this amazing, beautiful creation that you are working on? So it could show up in your life in any area of life. So the moon is in Capricorn. It's full. That's true for everyone. But where it shows up in your chart and what house it's in, that's going to be very unique to each of us as individuals. And so what area of life it shows up, whether it is in your family, your relationship, your work, all kinds of different ways it could show up. But you'll also notice that by paying attention to what is happening and what is showing up for you in your life around this full moon. So what is being revealed? What are you being shown? How is that informing you about what you're learning, how you can get stronger, how you can continue on this path, what next steps you can take, and how you can respond to the limitations you experience. And so getting creative, it's the beauty and the power of Capricorn is that it does ask us to get creative. When you are limited, it pushes your creativity, right? That whole adage about if life hands you lemons, make lemonade. What can you make out of what you have in your kitchen right now? It's like the limitation that is inviting you to become creative, to discover what's possible. And in responding to that limitation, you can uncover things you didn't even know about yourself that are probably the way you solve the problem is going to be different from the person next to you and the next person and the next person. So your way of responding is creative, it's unique to you, it comes from your life, your truth, your essence, your soul, who you are, and it brings joy when you allow it, when you discover it, when you align with it, and when you believe in yourself. So this full moon is about believing in yourself. It's also about things coming to fruition and how you respond to that. So think about the word responsibility And it is the ability to respond. So Capricorn is responsibility, and how we respond to what is showing up is going to show our strength, our resilience. And how can you discover untapped resources within you and ways of responding that can continue on this path to make your fruit even juicier. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And if you do want more insight into where this full moon falls in your chart, I do mini readings, and that's one of the options you can choose, is how to or where does this moon cycle fall in your chart? How does it show up for you? What is it bringing you? You can do a year ahead mini reading, which is kind of a glimpse into what is coming and what sort of big themes are heading your way this year or activated already. You can do a mini reading on your purpose and how to fulfill it. You can do a mini reading on your lunar nodes, which would reveal your karmic past and some hints about how to move forward, your evolutionary medicine, what's going to be healing and helpful for you on your path. And so all of this is to help you become more whole, more capable, and to bring into your life the results and the things that you want, whether that's healing, whether it is happiness, joy, relationship results, working with your creativity and your creative work in the world. All of these things all of life shows up in your chart. So all of it can be looked at. And in a mini reading, I record it for you, 10 minutes, a 10-minute recording that I send to you, and we can look at some tidbit from your chart that's going to help you see what's going on in your life right now, how to work with it, how to move forward. And so that's available at astrologyheals.com. It's a great way to get a taste for how astrology can support you. And I'm available to do those mini readings for you. I should let you know that it is, is usually a few days out, so you can't get one right away, but you can book a time on my calendar when I have time to record it, and then I will send you the recording at the time you choose. So you'll be able to see when you're going to get it, and it might be for this full moon, and you might get it in a few days, or you might want to choose something that's coming up, maybe the next new moon, and you could see how that shows up for your life. So just some fun ways to play with astrology. And of course, if you want more of an in-depth view of, more than just a 10-minute mini reading, you can book time with me where we can work one-on-one and dive deep into your chart and how it shows up in terms of your life and your own unfolding journey and how you can make the most of it. astrologyheals.com. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to subscribe, because I am here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care that helps you work with where the moon is and all the planets and what's going on and how to make the most of it. Get some insight into maybe why your coworkers are acting weird on a particular day, or how you can take care of yourself and get your needs met in the best ways possible. Here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care. So be sure to subscribe, and thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed and are here watching me and following me. I'm so happy to be here with you and honored. All right, I will see you next time. Marina Orms at Astrology Heals. Bye for now.